Good morning, Healing Essence Tribe. This is Shanita getting ready to start our live essential oil class for back to school. So, hopefully, you guys will be able to jump on momentarily. I do know that DC Public Schools has returned today. So, shout out to those moms and teachers and students that are ready to get back to school today. I know in the area where I live, school does not start officially till after Labor Day. But this is a really stressful time of the year for lots of parents, teachers, whether you're a brick and mortar teacher, a homeschool parent slash teacher slash principal. Some parents right now are excited to get the kids back in school, to get your house back. The summer times can be rough on your grocery bills. Say hello, someone. But for us homeschool parents and teachers, it is actually the complete opposite. So this is probably the more stressful time for us because we're lesson planning as well, but we are also home. So what I wanted to do today is just kind of talk through some tips and tricks to help us get our bodies ready, full of energy, to help get our students' bodies ready, full of energy. Some students have the nerves and test taking and first day jitters. We're going to discuss all of that today. So thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule to join me. My goal is to wrap up in about 30 minutes. So for those of you that are at work sneaking a peek, I will try to make sure this does not get long-winded. All right, so we will go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Shanita Williams, and I am an independent distributor for Young Living, and you have joined the Back to School with Essential Oils class. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who maybe have not heard, my entry into Young Living was actually not the oils. It was actually the Thieves cleaning line. Non-toxic, no bad, harsh chemicals. I used to clean my bathroom so well with bleach and all those other household products that we grew up on, so much so that it would singe my nose hairs. And as you get older, your body just does not bounce back from, those things. And so I started to recognize it was causing some respiratory issues every time I would clean the bathroom. Because, of course, I don't read directions. So, I think you're supposed to, ventilate it, open a window, wait 3 seconds, and I would just spray, 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 spray. So I had come across Young Living and found that they had a cleaning line. So I said, hey, I'm going to give that a try. So that was my, kind of light bulb moment into Young Living. And little did I know they had just a plethora of other products that could be introduced into your home so that you can start making the switch from toxic chemicals to a toxin-free home. So that was my introduction. I have 3 children, ages 12, 10, and a newly 4-year-old. So I'm always looking for ways to make sure that I can support their health, their immune system as well. All right, so for those of you who are really, really wanting to learn more about essential oils and the Young Living Seed to Seal Promise, I would encourage you to jump into one of the essential oil one-on-one classes. The purpose of this class is to get right into the nitty-gritty of back to school tips and tricks. So I won't spend a lot of time with that, but if you're interested in learning more about why Young Living, you definitely want to check out an essential oils one-on-one class. Okay, so just to go ahead and put the disclaimer that these oils are safe, and some of the oils will have some photosensitivity. So when you're dealing with citrus oils, you definitely want to be mindful not to go directly in the sun. So if you're putting it on your shoulder or something and you're covered up, typically you should be fine. For children, since we're talking about back to school, whether it's infants, daycare children, middle school, high school children, it doesn't really matter. You always want to make sure that you start applying oils on the bottoms of their feet. And you also want to make sure that you're diluting with a carrier oil. And again, some of these terms may be new to you. That's okay. Jump into an essential oils one-on-one class and we will go into more detail on what those mean. All right, so what this class is going to cover today is how to make sure as the student and parent, because we can't forget about us, that we're getting enough sleep and rest. I know I am one tired mama, and I think if we could have everyone raise their hands in the comment section, that mothering is the most exhausting, completely overwhelming, yet fulfilling and rewarding job that we will ever have. And so, one of the things that I've learned in my little 12 years of being a mom is that you have to make sure your well is full. Because if your well isn't full, you can't give anybody else anything else. So when you're on the airport, yes, Tiffany, I see you. When you're at the on an airplane, there's a reason why they tell you as the adult, get your mask first. Get yourself situated before you provide oxygen to anyone sitting next to you that's little. So we have to, as moms, make sure we are taking care of ourselves and getting enough sleep and rest, that our immune system has great support, and those things that we can do to boost our immune system. Supplement emotional and spiritual support is something else we'll cover as well for parents and students in this class. Supporting brain function, laser focused energy, right? Taking those tests, even if you have deadlines and things, if you work in the home or out of the home, just needing that laser focus. We'll talk about products that will help with that. And as I mentioned, my intro into Young Living, we'll also talk about how to begin replacing some of those common household products that we have with some things that are more safe and healthier for us. And last but not least, the energy boost, because every now and again, the times of just needing like roadrunner energy is something that we really struggle with as moms and parents, dads too, for any dads listening, don't want to be parent biased. But a lot of the things that I will share today, I must put a disclaimer out that these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, that the products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I am legally obligated to say those things. But you understand the reason why we do these classes is to provide more education so that you find what oils work better for your system or your child's system. All right, so let's jump right in. Yes, all parents matter. So one of the things that we like to recommend is maybe a week or two before school. So this is not a hard fact rule. So if school has already started, don't worry. You're not behind the curve. But maybe a week or two before school, we want to start doing some prep work. We want to make sure that we are giving the students tools to relax. We're giving them proper sleep, giving them proper nutrition. So one of the things that we have come across in learning more about is that the raindrop technique, that is a wonderful opportunity for you as the parent to take kind of control of stabilizing your child's immune system. And so there is a hyperlink that I will make sure that I put into the comment section when this class is over. It's directly from Young Living site. It's about an hour-long video that talks about the raindrop technique. And just in a nutshell, what that means is that there are specific oils that you will align across the spine and massage them in a particular way. There's also the same oils in a particular order that you have to massage in the feet. And if you look right behind me, here's a chart of the VitaFlex points for your feet. And so you will go alongside of where like the spine is, things are connected to the spine. And so it gives really good information. No, you don't have to be a massage therapist. You don't have to be licensed. All you have to have is the oils from the raindrop kit and some time to just kind of watch the video. But what that does is just kind of brings the body into harmony, brings the body into great balance. And it's a really good opportunity, again, to teaching your student how to relax, teaching your child how to relax. And look, husbands and wives, if you really want to get jiggy, you can definitely try this out on each other as well. So that's the first thing, the raindrop technique. So if you want more information, again, I will post the link. The links will be posted in the comments. So thank you, Akima. I see that there. The second thing that we would recommend is that this little beauty here is called Ninja Red. This is one of the most fabulous supplements that I have ever ever taken, and I've taken quite a bit of them, that gives you energy. It's a great antioxidant. It is safe for kids. So for little kids who are ingesting solid foods, it's best for those kids and above. You still want to dilute it. This package is about 2 ounces. You can do a whole pack. You can do a half a pack. If you are interested in getting a premium starter kit, we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this class and what this entails. But giving your student or yourself this every day is a great way to keep your system to ward off just a lot of stuff. So one of these packets is probably the equivalent to, you can say 11 pounds of spinach, or you can say 100 oranges. And so it is super, super, super concentrated, and it actually tastes great. I met with another team member of mine over the weekend, and she tried it, her husband tried it, her mother tried it, and right then and there she signed up for Essential Rewards and said, I need to get this juice, because they were taking something similar, but they said it was not very pleasing to the palate. So this is a great supplement to have daily. So for energy boost, now, some of you guys who are watching, I know I have provided some samples for those who are local, but as we talked about being a mom and being a parent, working inside the home, working outside the home, whether you homeschool, whether you have 15 jobs or 2.5 jobs, energy is something we all need extra boost in. So this little guy is called Ninja Nitro. Let's see if I can turn him on its side. And when you look at this online, you may think, oh, that looks like a little tube of toothpaste. No, it's not a paste. There's no mixing. This is something you can just right to the head. I took one of these. I had to do a quick trip to South Carolina and come back in a very short time, like within 2 days. I took one of these Friday morning at about 4:30, drove to North Carolina, made a pit stop. My mom got in the car. We drove all the way down to South Carolina, did some moving, packing and things, turned around, came back the next day, and I came back home into the DC area shortly after that. And I took 2 of these with me, one on Friday and one on Sunday. And I'm telling you, this stuff has given me energy. It does not give you the crash that you're used to with some of the other, like 5-Hour Energy or Red Bull. It doesn't have any of that nasty sugar extra stuff. So this is another great alternative for wanting a boost of energy. This is also great for children, older children, for standardized test taking. If you have deadlines at work and you just need that laser sharp focus, this is something you definitely want to look into. So for those students whose students maybe dread going to school, sometimes it's not a happy time. I often think of the Cosby Show episodes when we were talking about going back to school and kids not wanting to get out of bed. They're just so hard to wake up. And even for homeschool students, I know my students, they're not that hard to wake up, but they just get real slothful. And so we just need a kind of just good emotions, good energy, good attitude. So there are a lot of oils that can be used for emotional support. Young Living actually has an emotional oil kit that you can order, and they all are there to support our emotions, because we have to stay grounded in the things that we're doing. We can't be too far to the right, we can't be too far to the left. We need to be in that homeostasis plate at all times. And so some of the oils you can use for emotional support that will come in your premium starter kit is lemon, peppermint. Now, peace and calming and joy, those do not come in the starter kit. But what I like to do is when I'm dealing with something, whether it's emotional, spiritual, physical, any kind of ailment, I will go right to my starter kit and I will look in my little oil app to see what I can use. It may give me 15 oils, but if I can look and scan through to see what I can use and pull from my starter kit, that's what I'm going to use. Also, drinking your water, flushing your body out, especially when you're doing that raindrop technique, if you ever give it a try. And you guys know from when having massages, they always tell you drink a lot of water. So they're pushing on points of the body to kind of help release the toxins, and we have to have ways to flush that out. So if you're not a very good water drinker, you may want to try some of your citrus oils and dropping them into your water to make sure, and you're getting all of the extra good benefits as well. So for immunity support and boost, there's a whole line of supplements and tablets you can take. Super C is one of them. We know the times and the seasons are changing. And so one of the things we want to make sure is that we are overdosing on, I know that sounds bad, but you really can't overdose on your vitamins. But we're really, really pumping our bodies full of the vitamin C. And, when we are in the summertime, we're outdoors a lot. And so we're getting, a lot of things from the sun, right? But of course, when the winter time comes and we're indoors more, it gets dark at like 3:30 in the afternoon over here. So nobody wants to be outside. We just have to do those things and listen to our bodies and kind of make that shift. So you can give children Super C tablets, but you can cut them in half if they're really small children. One of the things that I like is the ImmunoPro. And this is something that I have taken, and my bottle is actually empty. I took the last one yesterday, but it's very good, an immune supporting supplement as well. Something else you can do is I have here is my little I Love New York. Shout out to New York. I have tea, herbal tea, green tea in here, and I have dropped just a drop of lemon. Again, the oils really become a lot of things that you do. So if you are a teacher and you're on your way to class, and instead of grabbing the coffee, you may grab one of these. Instead of grabbing the latte, you might want to get you a cup of hot tea with some lemon in it. Those things will get your digestive system going, make sure your body is fully supported for the things at hand. As well, my kids, have grown up drinking tea, like the only little people in the world that get up every morning and ask for a cup of hot tea. And so I'm like, okay, boop, here's your drop. And even my little 4-year-old is like, well, mommy, my nose is stuffy. Can you give me some oils? So it's even amazing that, I'm trying to change that trajectory with my family so that even my youngest knows that let's try to reach for these oils first. And the last thing that I will talk about for the prep work, the 1 to 2 weeks before school, is making sure we look at our gut health. And so one of the things that I also enjoy about Young Living, which you will not find in many other places, is that our oils are safe to apply topically, to diffuse, and to ingest. And so there are, I'll hold these up here. The oils here, this looks like what your premium starter kit. This will come with 11 oils. And the ones with the white labels are the ones that are slated to be safe to ingest, even though you'll have some with the dark labels with the same name, it's the same ingredient. We want to remain compliant with the powers that be, and we had to come out with a line that specifically said it was safe to ingest. So when you talk about, well, Shanita, I can go to Wegmans and Mom's and, the little corner store on Georgia Avenue and go get me some oils. Yes, you can, and you are free to do those things. But if you start to do more oil education classes that we provide, you'll understand, especially in that Essential Oils 101, that oil grades are very different. So Young Living has that seed to seal promise, which means from the time the seed goes into the ground, cultivated, the weeds are handpicked. They observe everything from start to finish in all of their fields. And everyone can't say that. And so there are a lot of oils that you can find in the stores, but they're heavily diluted. They may be full of pesticides because of whatever company was growing them. They don't give that guarantee. So yes, so to answer the question, yes, you definitely can probably find some of these oils. Some of these are Young Living proprietary blends, but if you want to make sure that you are getting the safest, the healthiest, the most therapeutic, organic oils, you definitely want to take a look into Young Living, because all oils don't matter, not in this respect of the word. They are definitely different grades, and you want to make sure that you get grade A oils. But the other thing that I was going to say is that you can also purchase these veggie capsules. They're clear capsules. And what I love doing, again, because our oils are safe to ingest, is I love to put peppermint and digize in the capsule to take as well for gut health. Now, we also talked about, I'm trying to stay in my compliance lane, but we have talked about the seasons changing, and we know what happens when the season changes. Things up here don't go quite as well, and things here are not as, kosher as they used to be. I found a very good blend. I call it the allergy trio. And it is peppermint, lemon, and lavender. And I would take, a little clear pipette for homeschool moms. You got some of those lying around in your house. But I would take a glass pipette because the little plastic ones are a little hard to make sure the oils are dropping down properly. A glass pipette is probably going to be better. I will put 2 drops of peppermint, 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of lavender. All of those things are in your premium starter kit. And I would just put a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. And all that is the oil that does not change back to solid. I'm not sure all the fancy science terms. I'm sure somebody could probably post them in the comment section, but it's the oil that stays liquid, because when I first started, I was having to heat up my oil, and it was just too much. So I've learned my lesson. And I would just close the capsule and swallow the capsule. I would do that a couple times a day, in addition to diffusing that same trio blend. And also I made it in a roller ball. So when these oils become empty, there are little fitment caps that you can buy and put on. Actually, I can show you one here. And you want to make sure that you get the stainless steel one, or glass possibly. And so I would just put that on there, and I would rub this stuff on my nose, forehead, ears, back of the neck, anywhere that they're so safe that you literally can just put them anywhere. And I started to find, great relief during, those times of the weather changing. And so, anywho, now, so that was 1 to 2 weeks before school starts. Again, if school has already started or your kids are already in the daycare, not to worry. These are things that you can just jump right in whenever you get to it. So for daily oil application, and I think that's one of the things that we have to just kind of change our perspective. And so we're used to the hygiene with the shampoo and the makeup and the moisturizer and concealer. Y'all think I know a little bit about makeup. No, I see my makeup mentors online, so I'm just trying to impress her. But we have this whole regimen of things that we do, from lotion to creams. And so now I've moved to trying to use my oils in every part of my daily regimen and hygiene. And so a lot of the oils for your immune boosting stuff is that the thieves, lemon, copaiba. Again, all of those are here in your starter kit. And you can apply them, wherever you want to. You can apply them on the area of, interest. So if you're having some stomach issues or, things like that, you can rub them there, rub them all throughout your chest area for, digestion. So a great immune support blend that I've made is adding 5 drops of frankincense, 7 drops of thieves, and 5 drops of copaiba. Again, all of those. I'm not going to try to tell you things that are not in your premium starter kit. So in your premium starter kit, I'm trying to give you all of the tips and tools that you can use for getting those systems ready for back to school. But you put 5 drops of frankincense, 7 drops of thieves, 5 drops of copaiba into it can be an empty bottle, or if you buy the glass roller bottles, again, the ones that have those little stainless steel fitments on them. And you can fill it the rest with the fractionated coconut oil. And how you doing, Larissa? And you can apply that. Now, what I would do and recommend, you have daycare kids, school kids, leaving the house and going around other kids all day long, or even yourself, if you work in a school, a daycare, a hospital, social service, human service, government, anywhere there's a bunch of people riding the metro, I would apply this roller blend to your body every morning, and for you and your children, and when you all come home as an extra added boost. And all of those, again, are in your premium starter kit. The next thing is making sure we are getting great sleep. And I know that's something that people struggle with. If you've ever had insomnia, and you get on Facebook and you see, oh, what is she doing up? What are they doing up? Well, that was me last night. And so we want to make sure there's a routine at night, and I know a lot of parents with littles, it's really hard, because if they are having issues or teething or just not having a good day, or they got shots and they're wound up, they're not going to necessarily settle, at the same time every night. Or if you have older students, like now I'm having a middle schooler in the house, she's going to have a lot of work. So I know like that 9 o'clock bedtime is going to be out the window, and she's going to be up late doing work. And so we want to make sure that their bodies are getting enough rest. And so some of the oils that are good for inducing sleep and just kind of relaxing the body, it's going to be lavender, That is in your premium starter kit as well. Now, I have purchased an additional oil that was not in the premium starter kit, and I think this came from a recommendation from somebody else in Young Living, but lavender and cedarwood together in a diffuser blend, it knocks you right out. They also have a Young Living has a seedlings line, which is products and oil infused products that are safe for like infants and babies. And what I purchased, this is here, this is a seedlings, it's called linen spray, but you can actually spray it wherever. And so it is definitely safe. You don't have to worry about diluting this or doing anything, but I spray this on all my kids' pillows. I spray it on my husband's side of the bed pillow and my side. And it really just kind of, just breathing it in. And while it's not a diffuser itself, but just the aroma is there, it just helps to promote peace and relaxation. And, they're able to drift off and fall asleep. So this is really good as well. And so for parents as well with littles, if you're home, nap time, if it's a struggle, you just saturate that pillow with this thing, let them breathe, these things in, get your diffuser going with that lavender in it. Lavender does come in the premium starter kit, but it comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. You can look at the difference in size. This bottle is a 15 milliliter bottle. So this one is the one that I have of lavender. And I keep that in my order, Essential Rewards order, which is like your monthly wellness subscription box. Life after the premium starter kit. It is amazing. So if you also, again, wanted to just have something quicker to apply, you can always make a sleep support roller blend by adding 7 drops of lavender, 5 drops of stress away, 5 drops of frankincense. And so again, you would fill the rest of it with the fractionated coconut oil. You would have it in a bottle like this or one of the tall glass ones with that little silver fitment. And you can just kind of roll that behind the ears, the back of the neck. You can just rub it right here, right under the nose where you're kind of breathing in that stuff all day long. And if you're not much of a DIYer, not to worry. You don't have to purchase these kits and feel like, okay, now I need to go and be Betty Crocker and do, the oils of Betty Crocker. So I am going to just tell you and recommend some things that Young Living already has pre-done that you can support your sleep with. One is called Tranquil, that has a great blend of sleep supporting oils. And the Deep Relief is another one. Although it sounds more for like muscle, but it has lavender in it as well. So it definitely is a good one as well. So again, talking about the respiratory system and knowing that what this season brings. Prior to Young Living, I was an asthma allergy sufferer probably 4.5, 5 months out of the year. And as I started to learn more about how to support my body and my family's body with these oils, it has definitely gone down tremendously. And so if you're looking for respiratory support, you're feeling some rattle or things going on in your lungs, 5 drops of Raven, 5 drops of eucalyptus is also a great lung support. Eucalyptus is something that is not in the premium starter kit, but Raven is. And so Raven is really good to apply also on the bottoms of your feet. And you can just roll it on the back of your spine. So not typically like the raindrop technique, but just literally rolling up and down your spine, kind of massaging it in a little bit. And so the last thing I wanted to talk about for oil application was Young Living also has a Kid Sense line, which is oils that are pre-diluted for older kids. And so we have the Seedlings line for the babies, then we have the Kid Sense lines for, like your kids. And so one of the oils that I have purchased, and I do apologize, it's not here. It's supposed to be here today by 8 o'clock, is called Genius. And so this oil is supposed to be really good for concentration and focus. And so I've noticed with my children, while we homeschool, they can still kind of wander off, and it's like, well, hey, come on, focus. And so if you know that you're a student, your daycare babies or whoever, or even yourself, has some issues with being able to focus and just having that, okay, I need to stay on what I'm doing or I'm just going to not get it done. While the oils may say Seedlings or Kid Sense, anyone can use them. You can use the seedling. Like I told you, I don't have no infants in my house, but I bought this to spray on the pillows. but just making sure that their brains are supported. Another good place to apply oils, I'm going to go ahead and turn around, is here at the back of the neck, what we call the nape of the neck, where your brain stem is. And so that's where it's really, really, really good to kind of get those oils in there as well. So, but knowing oil application, you don't have to be an expert. There's several apps that you can find on the App Store and in the Google Play Store. Some may be free, some may not be free, but it's definitely worth. So now when I have stuff going on, I'll just look at my app. This is the issue that is presenting itself. So what could I use to try to help support? And I have definitely, had really, really great success. So the other thing I want to talk about is, I know back to school, especially when you have younger kids, the teachers are sending letters home, or they may mail them over the summer saying, hey, we need help with school supplies. Can you get us Clorox wipes and Lysol sprays and hand sanitizer and just all of those things that are full of chemicals? And so, I was listening to Holly did a great example of when you're applying Lysol and Clorox wipes to the student's desk or things, and the students are putting their elbows on the desk, they lay their head on the desk, so they're breathing in those fumes and just absorbing all of those chemicals going on in their bodies. And so luckily for us, we have alternative products to some of those cleaners. And so one of the cleaners that the Thieves line has an all-purpose cleaner. And so what you'll find is when you become an oiler, you start to have all kind of bottles like this rolling around. So this is my Thieves all-purpose cleaner. You see it says upstairs, so they help the kids keep stuff in order. So really, this is a super, super, super concentrated all-purpose cleaner, and you really only need a capful. And when they say a capful, they really mean a capful. And so you can see the cap is not that deep, but once you fill the cap up, and I like it because it has that little puncture pinhole, so you don't overdo it. I fill this cap up full of the Thieves cleaner, pour it right into this bottle, and I fill the bottle up. I'm not the best with dilution ratios, so I'm waiting for my sister to jump on here and help us with some of the dilution, since she's like a little mini scientist. But I just kind of fill it up, maybe 3/4 of the way full of water, swish it around. I mean, this can replace literally every cleaner that you have in your house. I use it for my bathrooms. I use it for the counters. And just here this weekend, my daughter had got into my makeup bag that was on mommy's table and poured some of my creams all into the carpet. Yeah, so what did I grab? I grabbed the Thieves cleaner. Now, some of the places where she really massaged it in, I had to just kind of sprinkle a little bit of baking soda, let it sit, and then use an abrasive brush to kind of get that stuff out of there. Also, Thieves has hand soap. They have dish soap, soap powder, laundry pods, and just ways to just keep this stuff, into our homes and into our bodies. One of the things that I really love about essential oils is that it has made me more of a DIY type person. And so now, I used to be really big on Glade plugins and Febrezes, just wanting my house to smell fresh and smell neat. And so now I realize that the plugins and the air fresheners, dryer sheets, and like your household cleaning products are some of the biggest culprits that have the yucky stuff. And so now I'm able to go get some witch hazel. I'll fill this up halfway with witch hazel, the other half with distilled water, put a few drops of my favorite essential oil, and I use this as my homemade Febreze, my non-toxic air freshener. So again, these things are safe. You don't have to worry about those chemicals coming into your home and into your bodies and breathing them in. And guys, just being honest, as we get older, our bodies just don't bounce back like they used to. And so I had to really be proactive to really make sure that I'm being a good gatekeeper over my health, my family's health, my children's health, to make sure that, we're here for as long as God has intended us to be here. Not a minute before, not a minute, less. So there are tons of oils in the earth, but you only need 10 to 20 to get started. And one of the great ways to get started is definitely by having a premium starter kit. In your premium starter kit, as I mentioned, you get these oils plus one more in the back. It'll be 11 oils. You also get 2 of these sample packs of Ningxia Red to try. You also will have a diffuser You also get one of the diffusers. I like the little lotus flower one, but they have the desert mist. So this also comes in your starter kit as well. They give you a sample packet of the Thieves Cleaner. It's not a full bottle, but these are things you can always purchase later. So you say, okay, Shani, this all sounds great. So now what? Well, if you're ready to begin, you definitely want to get back in contact with the representative who invited you to this class and tell them, hey, I would like to enroll as a Young Living member. Once you enroll as a Young Living member, your kit is going to cost you about $160 plus tax and shipping. Once you get your kit, you will be well on your way to kind of making the, as they say, switch and ditch. And it will not take you very long. It does take some time in transition to make sure you are reaching for your oils first. Now, don't get me wrong, medication, when it's absolutely necessary, has its place, but we're just a little more selective on things that we are actually putting in our bodies. So once you enroll as a member, you go ahead and sign up for your premium starter kit. And then the next step, I would say, okay, because at some point you're going to run out of these oils and you're going to want more. So the best thing to do is to enroll on Essential Rewards, which is a monthly wellness subscription. And there is actually a class that Akima Bachali has done, and I'm sure you can probably catch it on the playback, that explains all about Essential Rewards and what it is and why it's a great benefit. And so you definitely want to make sure that you have, you have support. We have the Healing Essence Tribe where this class is taking place. We try to post things in here daily about, just different things you can do. But I can tell you, just with making sure with our kids going back to school, they have to have proper sleep. We have to have proper sleep. They have to have a great immune system, a great immune boost. We have to do the same. We have to make sure that their emotional support and energy is ready to take on whatever goes on in class. There's oils to support all of that as well. The supplements, just, giving us those extra things. So it does become a daily habit. It does take some time. I've been with Young Living just almost a year. And so it is definitely taking time to kind of, switch. And so it really helps to make sure when your students are going away, your kids are going away. Again, this is for teachers, parents, students as well. When they're stepping out of the house, they have that roller blend of immunity, of support and protection. When they come back in, they all, they do the same thing as well. But there are little hand sprays, sanitizers that won't dry your hands out. I know a lot of people don't like sanitizers because of the alcohol content that dries your hand out. And so again, if you just have time to just check out the Young Living site, just to see the products that they have, because you may not find everyone is for you. Like I said, initially my drawing to Young Living was the cleaning products because of a personal respiratory, distress I was having when it was time to clean the bathroom. So, through that, getting to understand the oil use, getting to understand some of the chemicals that are in our products and our food packaging. And so, as I was doing a little bit of research, and you guys feel free to Google this as well, but phthalates are like the number one enemy chemical in a lot of things that we do, and it causes a lot of respiratory issues, respiratory distress. It causes a lot of issues in birth defects. It has links to autism. It also has links to epilepsy and seizures. It has links to blocking hormone and reproductive health in able-bodied people. So we have to be more vigilant. We have to watch as well as pray. We have to be very vigilant about what it is. If you look at the news, you watch on Facebook, everything and anything is being recalled, from medications to foods to beverages. Lettuce and salad, everything is being recalled. So you have to be very vigilant about what it is that, we are bringing into our homes and then consuming in our bodies. So I definitely want to thank you guys for attending. I did try to keep it best to 30 minutes. I don't have any idea what time it is, but I definitely want to make sure as your children go off to school and your children go off to daycare, and as you are welcoming new babies into the world, that we get them all of the support that they need, so when they go out into the world, germs are not going to go anywhere. They're there, but just to be better supported. So thank you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to post. I'll come back and check. And for those who are going to step out there and say, hey, I want to go ahead and order a starter kit, I am going to give away a free acupuncture coupon. The location, of course, I'm sorry, it is if you're local. But if you purchase a kit from me and you're not local, we'll figure something else out. But if you're local, I have a free acupuncture coupon for you to use at Edgewater Acupuncture. There's a site in Columbia. There's a site in Edgewater, which is right there by Annapolis. And so this is another great way to just, find some more natural ways to start treating some of the things that we have going on. If anybody has any information, just feel free. I'll kind of check in and out of the comments. So again, if you guys are ready to jump in and say, hey, I'm ready for the kit, get back to whoever invited you to this class, and we will take it from there. And I will see you later in the Healing Essence Tribe. Have a great day, everyone.